I have spent countless hours researching goals, habits, and systems, and what I've found is that your chances of achieving them are really slim. Only 9% of people achieve their New Year's resolutions, and 43% give up just after the first month. But luckily, getting into that top 9% is not hard as long as you know the right information. That is why in this video, I have compressed all of my knowledge into one concise, practical, and actionable video that will make sure this year is the one where you achieve all of your goals. Alright, so first start with the big picture. Where do you want to be in 10 years? Doing this will give you an understanding of what you want in the big picture. It'll give you a sense of direction so that when you go down to your 1 year goals, you actually know where you're headed and actually know what you want. So do that. Actually go and write down what do you want to achieve in the next 10 years, and don't be afraid to be unrealistic. Just write down your dreams, right? Cool. Okay, now we can move down to your 1 year goals. For these, just think, okay, what do I need to do in this 1 year so that if I keep it up, then I can actually achieve my 10-year goals, my dreams, well, 10 years from now. But I'm assuming that if you're watching this video, you already probably have a sense of what your goals for the year are. Alright, let's make them better. First of all, let's make them measurable and quantifiable. You can't just be like, oh, I want to lose weight. No, instead be like, I want to drop down to exactly X kilograms. Or instead of saying, I want to work more on my business, say, I want to put in exactly X number of hours of work during this year. This way, you actually have something quantifiable that you can measure, oh, did I do my goal or not? Because if you're like, I want to lose weight, what is losing weight? A gram? A kilogram? 5 kilograms? What do you want? When you actually set a definite quantity, that just makes the goal so much more specific, so much better. You can actually measure if you're getting to it or not. You can monitor your progress, which you should do, by the way. But if your goal is not measurable, find something measurable about it so that you can actually monitor your progress and know if you've reached it. Next, this is the biggest problem I see people making with their goals. Don't make it too realistic. We hear this all the time. Be realistic with your goals. You know what that does? Realism is good for not making goals that are physically impossible. Great. But we all have that much realism. What realism actually does for you is it makes your goals easy to achieve. It makes them inside of your comfort zone. It puts goals that you are, well, more likely to achieve, not because they're going to push you, but because they're things that you're already doing. And what happens is, you can achieve the goal, but the point of the goal was to push you towards where you wanted to be. And if the goal didn't do that, it didn't serve its purpose. If my goal for next year was to breathe at least one time, I could achieve it, but did that get me anywhere? No. So set unrealistically realistic goals, where it's just beyond the boundary of what you think is realistic, but you're like, you know, if I put in a lot of work, I could achieve this. It is plausible that this goal gets achieved, and that way you'll actually push yourself and you'll go beyond what you think you can do. The next thing is, don't have too many goals. Like, try to have 3 to 5 goals. Maybe 10 is the hard limit, but you can't just use this goal list as a habit tracker. Your New Year's resolution shouldn't be every single tiny little habit that you're trying to get consistent at. These are big picture ideas. These goals are your big picture things, and you can have other small habits that are contributing, but remember, stick to 3 or 5 of the most important things that you're trying to get towards so that you can actually focus on those and make meaningful progress. Alright, so now you have some good goals. Do we stop here? Absolutely not. This is why most people fail. You might think, oh, I've set great goals, now I'm in the top 9%. No. Setting the goal is only the surface level thing. It's the what, but we haven't quite yet addressed the how. If you've seen my video about systems over goals, or if you've read Atomic Habits, which, by the way, if you haven't, you should, you'll know exactly where this is going. Winners and losers have the same goals. When the people enter the Olympics and all of the racers are there, they're all trying to get first place, but only one of them gets first place. So you might then ask yourself, what separates the winners from the losers? Well, it's their processes, it's their systems. It's not the what, which is the goal, it's the how. How are they getting to that goal? What systems do they have in place that are trying to push them towards that goal and helping them achieve what they want to achieve? You will never achieve your goals if you do not have a set system, because right now your goals are still these really vague, big, daunting ideas. It doesn't matter if you made them quantifiable and whatever, it's still this big thing, and you look at it and you're like, damn, that's a lot of work. I don't know where to start. I don't know what to do. So make a process, a system. And basically what you want to do for this is look at each goal that you have on your list and think, okay, what daily or weekly repeatable actions can I do to ensure that I will achieve this result? And remember, you will not be completely super consistent with these habits, these actions, these processes. So keep that in mind when you're designing your systems to achieve your goals, because it's like if you calculate it so that if you do it once a week, every single week, then you will just barely make it to your goal. Well, then you won't make it to your goal because you're going to miss at least 1 week. Just keep that in mind. And if you're still wondering more about how to set these processes and systems, well, then I do have a free worksheet that I've created that will help you step by step both create these systems and then become completely consistent with all of these habits. And that's going to be the first link in the description. It's just a completely free worksheet that will help you out with this a lot. But basically, if you have these processes and these systems, it's no longer a matter of just achieving this big daunting goal. You've split it up into bite-sized chunks that you can tackle one day at a time. And at that point, it's just a matter of, can you be consistent with these habits? If so, your goal is achieved. That's all you have to do. You just need to stick to it. You know everything you need to do, and that makes you much more likely to achieve your habits. Now, once you have done all of this, you have a great system in place, you are much more likely to achieve your habits. But there's one final step, and that's going through all of this and thinking to yourself, where is this going to go wrong? Or instead think to yourself, this will go wrong, how? Think to yourself every reason why you won't succeed and write them down. Then go through it again and fix every single one of these reasons. Here, let me give you an example. Maybe you find that over the course of the next 2 months, you're going to lose focus and forget about these goals, and therefore you will no longer pursue them. What is the solution? Well, you can hang these goals up on your wall and make it a habit to review them weekly. You can set up an accountability system with your friend. There are a lot of options. You can say, oh, being consistent is going to be difficult for me because I'm not good at sticking to habits that I don't want to do. Well, all right. Discipline and consistency with habits is something that can be trained through learning and practice. You can read Atomic Habits. You can spend time watching a bunch of videos. Or again, there's that free worksheet that is the first link in the description that if you just do it for whatever habit you're trying to become consistent at, it will instantly show you a full system that will allow you to become consistent with it. But really, that's all. You just have to set good goals, find good processes that will help you achieve these goals, and then look for cracks in your system, patch them, make it foolproof, and there you go. A surefire way to make sure you will achieve your goals this year. If you want more informational content like this, well then feel free to subscribe or check out some other videos on my channel. I bet YouTube will have a couple recommended on one of the sides of me. And also, good luck on your goals. I'll be rooting for you.